Hey guys, Becky here with week 21, and I'm just going to jump right in since I'm still kind of in a hurry. This is Tell Me About U.S. Astronauts for History, and I will have a sub this week, so I tried to plan things for her that were pretty simple, pretty easy, just in case um, I don't want my kids to do anything wild in class, so I try to do stuff that is pretty simple and that they can't get too crazy on. So this one, I was just going to do a relay, so she was going to say it at the board one time, sing it at the board twice, and then put a long piece of tape. I usually just use painter's tape, put a long strip on the floor, and then get two students, and they have to balance this pool noodle or a pool noodle. This one's cut in like a third of the original size. They have to balance it between their foreheads. So one will put it on their forehead, and the other one will stand on the other end, and they have to walk down the tape line with it balanced between their foreheads, come back. The next two students will balance it between their foreheads, go down and come back. So they have to try to all get down and back the last 4 times that they say or sing the history sentence. Geography, territories, and terrains. I was just going to have them bring their maps and use dry erase markers, so they would say it all together at the board once. She would show them on the maps. We also have a blown up big white map, black and white, for the memory master. And then have the students each have a dry erase marker and circle them as they say them the last few times. So that was going to be geography for week 21. Sentence parts, independent clause. I was just going to have her do exercises so they can each draw a popsicle stick with the exercises on it, or the parents can also just throw out an exercise and the kids have to do what the parents say while they just say it. It's pretty short. An independent clause expresses a complete thought like a sentence. So that was going to be fairly simple for them. Latin John 1 verse 6. I was just going to have her do callback. So they'll say it at the board one time, and then the last 6 times she'll say it and they say it, and then she can switch it and have them say it, and then she'll say it. She can have the kids say it and then all the parents say it, and then all the parents say it and then the kids say it, and just do different versions of callback. You get quieter or get louder. You can say it in different voices, but the general feel is just going to be for callback. Associative law for addition and associative law for multiplication. I do not actually have mine with me right now because I've already given everything to my sub for her to have for next week. But I have these strips that I got from the dollar store, and I just used different colored ones for different parts. So on one section, I would write the associative law for addition. And then I would do another section and do this part of the equation, open parentheses, a plus b, closing parentheses, and cut it off there. And then the next part I would do plus c and cut it off there, and then maybe just do an equal sign, cut it off there, a plus b, cut it off there, and then the last section b, opening parenthesis, b plus c, closing parenthesis. And then they have to put the correct law and then put that law in order. And then I did the exact same thing with multiplication. So they will have to put, put the different pieces of paper in order for that. And that was going to be math, and then she will just go down the row and each student will have a turn to put the right law with the right equation and put it in the right order. So that was fairly easy. What is uniformitarianism? I did this to the tune of Kookaburra. So it goes like, what is uniformitarianism? The belief that the Earth's past geological changes can be fully explained by current processes. So she's going to do that. And hot potato, that's fairly simple. You just circle, and I have a couple different ball options I keep in class, and she can just pass it around, and the kids sit down as they land with the hot potato. And so they can do that through the 7 times. And then timeline was just going to be the usual, have her use the timeline cards to put them all out on the floor. She can take some away if she wants to. She can sing them. She can mix them up, put them in different order. The usual timeline ideas for that. And I believe that was all of the new grammar. Probability, events, and lab. Again, I do not have my print off. I already gave it to my sub. That was a Nicole Liam lab again. I really like her stuff, and I really thank her for that. She's put some wonderful effort into those lab sheets, and I really like those. So look her up on CC Connected. The only thing is, since it is from CC Connected, they cannot keep any of those pages. I had printed off enough to put in sheet protectors. That way the kids could write on them and then just wipe them off at the end of class, and I can save the pages for the next time through the cycle. So look her up on CC Connected. That's what I was planning to use. Orchestra is Dave Busey. I have the Story of the Orchestra book along with Classical Music for Dummies. She will play the music in class after going over the new terms from the guide. There's the artist card that I also gave her to show his picture. I think it's a little too wordy, so I do use the Story of the Orchestra book to give some more information on Dave Busey. It's worded a little more kid-friendly. So I give her that to use as well. I also wanted her to talk about how the music makes them feel. They are going to listen to the music, and while they're listening, I want them to draw pictures of how the music makes them feel, whatever it makes them think of. They will draw that picture. And then if there's time left over, then I will have her turn off the lights and have all the kids just lay on the floor and listen to the music quietly and soak it in until orchestra time is over. So that was going to be orchestra. I absolutely love orchestra. It's wonderful. I love having quiet time where the kids can have busy hands but be taking music into their hearts, and it's just calm and relaxing. So it's one of my absolute favorite things during the school year is orchestra. And then for her review game, I gave her the option. I think she has a large Jenga set that she had mentioned bringing. Again, Four Corners is one of my kids' absolute favorites. And then there's also a game on Pinterest, I believe it is, called Rockets. I think that's also pretty popular. Very easy. It's just a rocket. It has numbers 1 through 5, and you use the dice to try to put or color in each of the 5 numbers, and whoever gets all 5 colored first wins, type of thing. Excuse me. So that was going to be the review game, and I think that is everything for this week. I'm sorry I don't have my handouts. Like I said, I already gave her everything to use for this week, but anyway, I hope that is helpful. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.